Incarnate in progress.
What it do?
What it is, what it was, what it shall be.
We're a man down.
A riddle hungry.
Again, can we ever get all four of us together again?
They just can't handle us, man. It's like the fucking news team assembles when we go hard.
You hear that, Ron? Bears.
Yep. Bears. Now you're endangering the whole podcast.
But yeah, so I was in Boulder earlier, chilling at the creek. But
down by the creek.
I ended up hearing Ice Cube everywhere I went, bro. Like I heard it in this vehicle, and then I heard it at this sub place I went to, which is actually a pretty dope place. It's called half pack subs or some shit. I don't know. I can't even think of the name.
Must not have been that good.
And no, it's bomb as fuck, dude. They have
downvote.
They have a sub called the Gobbler, and it's like a turkey dinner, Thanksgiving dinner fucking sub. It's so good.
Mashed
potatoes, like cranberry. Yes, mashed potatoes.
All right. Well, that then or Ian's Thanksgiving pizza.
No, Ian's is better. Ian's is the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
Ian's has a Thanksgiving pizza.
Hell yeah,
bro. It was the shit. We didn't know until we called because we're like, we want that cornbread and chili.
Yeah, that green chili and cornbread pizza, dog. Let us get a large. We'll be there.
It's the tastiest shit ever.
And he was like, nah, we doing the Thanksgiving pizza right now. And
well, they said they stopped. They were like, oh, we don't serve that no more. And I'm like,
which is a travesty.
Fucked up.
Yeah, it's a tragedy.
Fucked up.
It's a tragedy. Like fucking, I put that on like a list of food fuck ups, like along with like the hot lays and like all that shit.
That's
like,
a mistake. I told them
fucking up, man. Why you changing something that's perfect?
Every time I call them, I'm like, who the fuck do I got to talk to get that shit back on the menu?
Dog. Like, let me talk to Ian, bro. Let me talk to Ian.
Hit Ian on the phone.
Fucking, I be telling people about that pizza all the time too. Like nobody believes me.
So good, bro.
I'm like, yo, green chili and cornbread pizza, Holmes.
Well, and the first time I heard about it, I was like, "What? That sounds crazy.
Like,
it doesn't even sound that good."
CJ, I'm pretty sure you and
then
CJ
I tried
told
it,
me,
and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that sounds disgusting." And I tried that shit, and I was like, God, "This is what all pizzas should be like. This should just be like the crust that they use."
Well, and the thing about Ian's is like, even not that pizza, just like I think it's everything put together. Like the crust is perfect all the time. You can't fuck with Ian's pizza in Denver. You just can't. There's no pizza place better. I've never eaten.
Like I know there's Ian's pizza like all over the place. Fucking like, cause just like that's a really common name. But like the Ian's in Denver does all these crazy pizzas and shit.
If you're down here, go to Coors Field. It's right there.
Right across the street.
Right across the street.
Yeah.
But it's dope. But anyways, I was in there in that bitch, just hearing I was not Tech 9, but I was hearing Ice Cube everywhere I went. I was like, what the fuck? It was strange. It was like some I Am Eerie shit. And I was like, what the fuck? But the crazy thing, because, college is right there and there's like frat houses and shit. There was a dude fucking butt ass naked running down the street. I'm not even joking. Of course there was. I was like, is there a fucking butt ass naked dude?
Yeah, see? Like,
about to be on
that's what they're about.
Yeah. It's all fun and games until you can't go 5 miles to any school.
Ask me about my visa.
Until you're a sex offender for pledging in some fucking dorm or some shit.
Streaking through the quad.
Quad in the gymnasium.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that shit was crazy as fuck. I was like, look at that dude just butt ass naked.
Oh man.
It was interesting.
Yeah, Boulder, man. That's Boulder for you.
Yeah, Boulder's a crazy fucking place. If nobody's ever been there, like it's something else.
Yeah, can you all hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you.
My mic just fucking shut off all weird for some reason. But yeah, man, I ain't been up in Boulder too recently. Fucking like aside from work when I used to go there at my old job and shit, fucking just going there to kick it and like nah. Like fucking then like the last time I was like really kicking it in Boulder was like way back. Like back when like weed was really taking off and shit. Like I remember I used to
on 420.
Yeah, I used to go up there to get weed, like fucking, because they had all the good dispensaries back in the day.
Dude, I still remember when you and me, Frank, went and fucking were tripping.
Yeah.
We took those boomers and we're just like at the lake.
Yeah.
It was crazy, bro. And then we went to Dead and Company because
Yeah,
there was a Dead
at
and
the
Company
school.
concert
Yeah.
at the campus.
Yeah.
And it was weird, dude. Like tripping, walking on that campus was crazy. I was
There's
like, where are we at?
people-
I was like, where are we at? We in Hogwarts? Like, what the
It
like
was like
straight
being-
up, dude. I was
it
like,
was
this
like
place is
being-
crazy.
It was like being in like walking through like the courtyard of like a fucking medieval times or some shit.
Yeah, it was
Some
nuts,
motherfuckers
dude.
jousting.
There was like jesters.
Yeah, it just felt
Wizards.
crazy. I was like, this is Hogwarts, bro. We're here. We're in this bitch.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, that was fun.
Fucking boomers, man.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Shroomies.
Hot wings and DUIs.
I fucking yeah. I've never had a bad experience on shrooms. Like
Same.
I hear all these like I hear people talk
Urban
about like having
legends.
bad trips like all the time. Like fucking I'm like, damn. I must have just did it with the right people, or I was just like in the right state of mind to do them, because I never had a bad trip anytime I've done it.
Yeah.
Well, I actually, the very first time I had shrooms, I had a bad trip. But because this is the story, like I wanted to do shrooms for so long, like back in high school, and I'm like, I was trying to get everyone together, like at A West, like just some people I would smoke with and be like, yo, let's do some shrooms. And they're all like, oh yeah, let's do it. But nothing would ever come of it. So I was like, fuck it. I just bought shrooms. And then even after I got them, I was like, okay, I'm going to wait to do these with somebody. And then everyone was just flaking out. And I'm like, I'm just doing them. I'm doing them tonight. So I did them that
Yeah.
night.
By yourself?
Yes. In my room.
How much?
Shit. Like, I don't know, like 2 grams probably. 2 grams.
Okay.
So a normal dose pretty much. But I only did half of them, so I had more, but I ended up doing them, and then I was fucking tripping, dude. Like my walls were like bleeding. It felt like they're like dude, it was nuts. And that's why I'm like, don't, like, it's all about setting too sometimes. Like, don't just stay in your room and fucking trip, because then that's when like the thoughts come out and like insecurities. And I think that's why
like,
people have bad trips, is because like it
They're
shows
not-
parts of their shadow that
You're
they
just-
don't want to face. They're like,
and
oh,
you
shit,
got nothing to
I'm not ready
distract
face
yourself.
this.
Like
yeah,
fucking,
it's like I'm not ready to face this
you're
part
just
of myself.
locked inside with your demons.
Yeah,
Just
that's pretty much
oozing out of your pores.
It makes you confront your demons, and some people aren't ready for that. But
Fucking-
some people have really
But yeah,
transformational
if you got trip
experiences. when they do
shrooms,
that.
take your ass outside.
It's like
bro,
that.
Fucking,
It's like that scene in Walk Hard when he starts having the bad trip and like all the little like
Mhm.
middle fingers start growing. All the trees are like flipping him off and shit.
But so I ended up taking them, right?
Like,
And
oh, that guy.
I was tripping, bro. Like I was like all in my head, and just like all this shit came up that I was just like avoiding, or because I would smoke constantly. So like all these emotions, and I was like, what the fuck? But the next morning I had half a bag left. So I was like, I'm gonna just take the
you
half
were
the
like,
bag.
fuck it, run it back, dog.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not
We're
gonna-
0 for 1 right now. We gotta get even.
Yeah, I was like, it wasn't like, and a bad trip on shrooms isn't like gonna like scare you to death, if that makes sense. It's just gonna be like, oh shit, it's gonna point out shit that you're like, wow. And it might lead to some like dark thoughts, maybe a little shit. But anyways, besides the point, I only had that bad trip. But then the next morning, I had a fucking amazing trip. I took them by myself again, because I was just like, fuck it. Let's do it. Let's K the rest of this.
Yeah.
So I took them all. And this is back when I lived on like 72nd and Sheridan.
Yep.
And
Oh,
I fucking, dude, I was tripping so good. I was like, damn, this feels great. I was just
The
really
fuck?
happy.
Did you
Then
go anywhere or
No,
I
I went
don't.
out.
I remember, like, we knew you in those days. I don't remember getting an invite to this trip.
Yeah, I
You
kept
said
it
people
on the
kept-
down low.
What you talking about? People get flaking. People get flaking. What the fuck? You
Well, this is
just wanted to eat them by yourself.
Maybe I was
Maybe.
just
Real-
meant to. Maybe I was just meant to, because I was like, all in my head, like, oh shit, da da da. Because the
Mike is
people I
like,
was talking
if I
about.
don't tell anybody, nobody can know.
With everyone
Well,
super.
I was just done with the shit. I was just done with the shit. I'm like, I'm just doing it. I'm not waiting on anyone. I'm sick of waiting on people. And then like
Yeah.
I did them, and bro, it was so fucking crazy. Like I was like, wow. And then I saw this dude watering his grass outside, and it was like the most amazing thing. Just like that thing. Like the grass was so clear, and then he was watering it, like the water trickling off of it. I was like, ah, ooh. I was like, that's crazy. I even went out and watched it for a little bit.
It was like when Gene. It was like when Jean Grey is like manipulating the water in Stan Lee's hose.
Oh yeah.
In X-Men.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was like the first time I ever seen someone water their grass. I was like, oh shit, that's dope.
What's he doing?
I was
That's
like,
crazy,
that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
What
Dude,
is
I even walked
stuff?
outside just to watch him
You're
water his
crazy,
grass.
man.
I watched him water his grass, and I was like, damn,
Mike is
that's
like,
so
can I water
crazy."
your grass for you?
Mike, tell them.
He's like, could you water me? He's like, because I need to grow like this grass.
Mike, tell them about the time that you that you broke the dog's heart and he didn't want to bark anymore.
Dude, that was
dude.
that was fucking nuts.
That
This
was
is the first
fucking-
time we all tripped together. Like,
No, I don't think that's true.
I
it
wasn't
was the
there.
first. It was probably the second time, I think.
Was
Second
that
time.
the first? Because was Sloan's Lake before that, or was that before Sloan's Lake?
That
I
was
was under
before
the impression
Sloan's.
it was at yeah.
I
the
think
dog
that was
before
thing-
Sloan's Lake.
before Sloan's. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Fucking, we'll get there.
All right, Mike.
Because, yeah, go ahead. You want to tell a story? You want me to tell a story?
I'll tell what I remember of it, because I only remember like highlights. Like,
I remember this shit
I
perfectly
want,
because
I
it was
want Brandon
insane.
to tell the Jacob part.
yeah, just
Jacob
Brandon, you
part.
kick it off and
With
start,
the
and then
milk.
Oh
get to the dog part. We'll get to the dog.
no,
part.
because the dog part happened before the milk.
Yeah. So Mike
Okay.
and then Brandon.
Yeah.
All right, so I like we just ended up taking shrooms, like all of our
He says, "Ugh," like it's fucking.
dude, it was crazy. Like before that,
I don't remember
we were
how it
chilling
even.
at the park.
I don't think we were even. Yeah, I don't think we were even planning on it either. I think someone just
Yeah,
showed
we're
up.
just like, and that's
they're
how
like,
it
"Hey, well, I
is
got
with
shrooms."
hallucinogens. Like if it's not planned and it's just organic, go with it. That shit will change your fucking life, guys.
Yeah.
You guys remember who else was there besides Jacob?
I don't want to be putting everybody's business out in the street.
Well, no, I was just trying to
see,
figure. I was just.
You
we're
already
cool.
say Frank's
cool.
the feds saying names.
We're cool
and
with
shit.
first names. We could do first names.
No,
Yeah.
let's change the names for the story. Jacob, since we've already said his name.
His name's Caleb.
Jacob will be Caleb. We'll make up a
Not
couple.
Jacob.
We'll make up a
Jacob's
color.
not in the story.
Jimmy was
Caleb.
We'll make up a
Caleb.
couple other names. Fucking David and
Dave.
Paul.
Just
Jimmy
no
We'll
Dave.
just say David and Paul.
Jimmy was
Dave.
Jimmy.
Yeah, David and Paul. Those are the other two guys.
Jimmy was
Um,
Jimmy.
So, anyways, no, you.
Okay,
you're up
so-
first here.
So we're at we took them, and then we were like, oh, let's just go down to this park and chill. So we went down to this park, and the stars and the moon was out. It was fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, it was all.
I was like,
late.
what the fuck? And it looked like I saw like a big face in the stars, like looking down at me like a fucking Galactus or some shit. Like it was crazy.
Oh,
And
fuck
so
yeah.
we're just chilling there, like tripping out for a minute. Like I don't even
No,
know. how
you're
long.
already telling it wrong. You're already telling it wrong. You're already
So I
telling it
knew
wrong.
I was gonna tell it wrong. So you go.
Fucking just sit. Let me drive. Let me drive. All right.
All right, just
fucking-
go. Because I don't know
All
how
right,
it started. I
yeah,
don't know how we
fucking-
got
okay,
there. We just
so-
walked there.
Where did you start?
We
At
started
Jacob's
at Caleb's house. We started at Caleb's house, and I don't. Yeah, like I said, I don't think it was even like a planned thing. I think someone just showed up and was like, "Yo, I got shrooms." And we're like, "Word." So it was
Caleb.
it was Caleb, David, and Paul, me,
Dave.
and Mike. Dude, shut
Yeah.
up.
Dave was a real person.
No,
See,
David's a
they
real
don't-
purpose.
They don't know that, motherfuckers.
No,
Man.
David's a real person. Dave.
Yes, David is a real person, but these motherfuckers don't know that, so they didn't know that was a real name. You fucks.
How are you gonna name David Dave?
Just know we don't
That's
know
why I
who
just
was
said. That's
involved.
why I just said David, because fucking like it's a throw off. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Anyways, fucking whatever. Where
Fucking
was I? Okay. Anyways,
Elon Musk was there. There was a bunch of crazy.
it was
motherfuckers.
fucking Elvis.
Yep.
Anyways, so it was the five of us at Caleb's house, and we took them shits, and then like we were like, well, fucking, we just want to stay here.
Yeah.
So we left there, and we were planning to go to the park. We had to walk across Wadsworth and like go through like this fucking alleyway to get to the street to walk to the park. As we're going through that alleyway, like it's like got rocks on it and shit, so we're walking on the rocks making noise. Out like this dog starts barking, just like going off, like loud as hell, like so loud. And like David says, well, he goes, why the fuck is that dog barking? And Mike, he goes, because I called to it with my mind. And then David's like, well, shut him up then. I shit you not. I see Mike stop walking. He looks at the house, goes like this, and the dog stops barking like immediately. As soon as he put his hand up, he was like, done.
Dude,
not a single bark after that.
We're talking about constant barking, and then all of a sudden, ceased.
Nothing.
Oh.
Like not a nothing.
Bro, we were
like,
dead after that.
Silent.
Like, I just fucking did something to that dog.
That shit was so ridiculous.
I could just imagine where all you guys just dying after that.
Yes, like I don't know if
Dude,
we were laughing,
dead.
but I think we were like amazed.
Yeah.
I think we were like in awe of his power. Because
Mike's like
Mike was like unlimited power.
Well, yeah, it was just crazy. They're like, fuck, the dog stopped.
Yeah,
And then we just kept
it was
walking, and we're like,
so-
dude, that dog still never talked.
Yeah,
after that.
it was so immediate
It
and
went
like
memes.
just so long lasting, like because like we were still on the rocks after that, like we were still making noise.
Yeah.
Not a single bark.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
So then did you guys get to the park?
No. Then we get out of the alleyway and we're walking down the street. We get like halfway to where we need to go. Like we're like halfway to the park. And then like we're walking one way, and then like we see in the distance two girls walking this way. And then fucking
That's my favorite part.
and fucking I can't remember the first person. I want to say it was David, but like I think it was David actually. He was like, who are these bitches? And Jacob or Caleb goes, I don't know, I'm probably going to get milk or something. And I was like, what the fuck, milk for what? And he was like, you know, in Friday he ain't got no milk. I was like, what the fuck? Like nobody had brought up Friday that whole night. Like nobody was talking about Friday. Nobody was talking about Ice Cube or nothing. He just brought Friday out the fucking back brain. Just must have been mulling it over.
Oh,
But that shit was so funny. He was just like, you know, on Friday he ain't got no milk.
Like all serious too.
Yeah,
bro.
like
We're
not trying to make a joke of it
funny
or
or
anything. He was just like, he ain't got no milk. It's like,
We're like, what
but
the
it was
fuck?
hilarious.
Oh god.
Yeah, it
Holy
was quite
shit.
the story. But yeah, there was like
That's
clockwork
ridiculous.
with that dog, man. Like clockwork.
Yeah, it's
Bark, bark, bark. Well, shut it the fuck up then.
yeah,
Cease. Done.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
shit.
it's wild.
I poofed it out of existence.
What was the first time? How was your first trip, Frank?
It's funny because my first time tripping was like kind of weird, honestly. It wasn't necessarily bad, like it could have been worse, but it was not great by any means. I was hanging out with these kids that me and Mike knew from A West. And it was like a Friday or a Saturday night or something. I don't remember.
The same kids that flaked on me.
And I had some shrooms. I had gotten some, or I can't remember if it was me or somebody else got them. I don't remember. But anyway, we had them, and it was like late as fuck at night. And we all had like, you know, this plan, like, okay, we're going to stay up late all night and do shrooms and trip, blah, blah, blah. Well, we go and get Taco Bell. And this was so long ago, I'm like barely vaguely remembering, but we go and get Taco Bell. We go back to this kid's house. You remember Trevor, Mike? And
Yeah, I still have him on yeah, Trevor. Or you mean
yeah.
T? We'll just call him T.
Yeah. So we all go get Taco Bell, go back to this kid's house.
We're
And
not good at this.
I remember we ate the shrooms with our Taco Bell food. So maybe that's why it took a little while longer for the shrooms to kick in. But I just remember like it was already late as fuck and they weren't kicking in yet. And little by little, we all like decided to just like, well, we're going to bed. So we all like passed the fuck out. I don't even remember like actually like making the decision like I'm going to bed now. You know what I mean? But then out of nowhere, like just fast forward, the shrooms kick in hard as fuck and
Wake you up out of your sleep.
And all I remember, it must have been early as fuck in the morning, like I don't know, 3 or 4 in the morning or something like that. Dark as fuck. We're in homie's basement and his house was huge, and fucking I just remember waking up in the middle of the night, and I shit you not, he had like one of those basements that was like completely open, you know what I mean? And you guys remember the scene in I Am Legend when the dog runs into the building? He has to
it's dark.
Yeah, it's completely dark.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of open space.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
shit.
anything could be in there.
But finally he runs into the room and finds the dog, but he sees like a group of them all just huddled and they're all just like this.
They're beatboxing. Yeah, they're like rap battling.
They got a cipher going. Oh god. That's what I saw when I woke up to this. I'm like,
for real?
Yeah, and I'm like sleeping on like it was like a weird like little fold out like bed type thing, cot or something. And I just wake up and I'm like tripping hard as fuck. And I just like I'm trying to look around and I don't know if it was just the darkness or my brain or the shrooms or everything combined. But I'm like looking around in the pitch darkness. And that's all I see is just figures standing everywhere, like it was like a fucking concert.
Oh hell no.
Yuck.
Like shoulder to shoulder, maximum capacity, just motherfuckers everywhere. The I Am Legend shit. And I was like, oh god. So I just like put the covers back over my head.
That's the go-to.
Yeah, because everybody knows covers can stop a murder.
Anything.
I'm just
covers
like,
and
negativity
lights,
away.
I was like,
covers and lights can stop murders, can stop knives.
I was like, nope, not today. Not doing this. And then I just try to like go back to sleep, and I'm just like tripping hard as fuck.
Dude.
Yeah.
Hey, you're like, no fuckets.
Yeah.
And
Go
then the
back to
blanket
sleep.
became my tomb, and I was.
Well, and then like everybody else was asleep. There were no lights on, no TV, no nothing.
You're the only one awake. Everyone else is like, oh, let's just sleep through these shrooms.
Yeah.
They just having some wild ass dreams, man.
And for real.
Be like, dude, your house is haunted.
Yeah, with like infested with ghosts. Like I've seen all of them. Like
they're having a party in your basement, bro.
Yeah.
The Monster Mash. I should have just got the fuck out of there. But the longer I laid there, I like started feeling like sorta okay, but I felt like super sick. And I was just like, oh god, I'm gonna puke.
See, that was the Taco Bell.
Yeah, could been. So I finally muster up the courage. I'm like, oh god, I'm doing it. Okay, coast is clear.
They left.
touching
Concert's
motherfuckers
over.
left. And
Party over.
So then I have to walk up this like giant set of stairs. Like, you know, in reality, it probably wasn't that much, but it seemed like it just went on forever.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh God,
It's
please.
like the fucking stairs in Lord of the Rings, like going up the mountain and shit. Frank sees,
Yeah.
he's like, fuck.
And the giant eyes at the top staring down at me, like, fuck you. And so I just had to fucking suck it up and go up the stairs.
Gollum.
Oh God.
Following Gollum.
Rolling on the ceiling. Just but fucking I finally make it all the way up the stairs. And then again, this kid, his fucking house was huge. So then I'm like trying to find where the fucking bathroom is. And luckily it was like ended up being right by the stairs, like to the basement. But anyway, I just go into the bathroom and I didn't throw up, but I just felt so sick. I just like chilled in there the rest of the night, and I was just like dry heaving and like just spitting up. And I was just like, I fucking hate this. Never again.
Yeah, that's
So
it.
it was pretty awful, but that didn't stop me from doing them again in the future.
Yeah, man.
Well, and I feel like
Fucking
you'll have more of those chances to have bad experiences if it's night like that, like if it's dark, because it's just
like
it's
pitch black
dark
and
and
shit.
shit.
Empty
But, like,
space.
Yeah, but if you do it like out in like the sun, like in a beautiful day, you'll have an amazing time.
I don't
Like
think I've
fucking,
ever
you'll have an
I've ever
amazing
tripped
time.
during the day.
Oh my God, it's the best time.
But
It's the best time.
that
All the
that
wild
story
animals
though,
are out, and you're
Frank,
like, whoa.
that story reminded me of a story that me and Mike share. That is not shrooms.
Oh,
Dude, I know what you're going with.
Do we
already.
want to tell that story on the
Go
pod?
for it?
Do we want to tell that story?
I'm not ashamed of my past. That's good.
fucking. But we'll get to that maybe. Fucking, I want to tell my first trip.
All right. But I know exactly. I was thinking about the same thing, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like when he was like, I was just dry heaving, like, boom, like,
Never
up.
again.
Yeah, fucking. But that was just stupid.
That was
what we did that
retarded.
night. That was so dumb. But we'll get
Besides
to that.
the point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's besides the point. Fucking. The first time I tripped, I was with a couple of mutual homies that we all share. I'm not gonna name names this time.
Because we fucking learned our
He's
lesson.
a Native American fellow and a white fellow.
Oh, I already know.
Yeah, so I don't remember how that came up either. Like, I think fucking
Random.
one of them, because they were roommates, and I think like I want to say the white fellow was just like, yo, I got some shrooms, like, and like I was just over there kicking it already, and he's like, let's do them all right now. He's like, I want to do them, and then we gotta watch Fantasia and sync them up with this album. Like, we gotta sync the movie up with this album, and it was Radiohead. And I was like, oh shit, all right, I'm down. Like, I've always heard of that. Like, I'm down to do it.
That's
and like,
crazy.
So,
that's some next level shit right there.
I remember, fuck yeah, dude, it was crazy.
He was prepared.
And, like,
he's like, I've always wanted to do this.
Yeah, dude. He was like, I've been wanting to do this for so long. Like, we gotta do it. He was like, and I finally have the album, I have the movie, and I got the shrooms. We gotta do it. And I was like, all right. So I remember we put them in quesadillas. Like, we just got tortillas and
that sounds bomb.
Threw some cheese on there and then just slapped the shrooms in there. And like, I didn't know that I had never tripped before, so like I didn't know what like the dosage. No, I didn't know the dosage that you're supposed to take. Fucking so I was just trusting them. And he gave us all an eighth each. And like fucking, I didn't know that was like a fucking lot for your first time when I did it.
Yeah, that's a dose.
Yeah, we just fucking ate them shits, and then like he puts the fucking movie on, he puts the album on, and like turns off the lights, and we're just watching it. And I'd seen Fantasia before, obviously, like the like Mickey and the brooms and the water and shit, and like fucking like the dinosaurs and all that. Dude, fucking that shit. Like when I tell you that this fucking, because you mute the movie and you listen to the album, like fucking like
while
this
it plays
up perfectly, like every part of the songs was matching up with what was going on the screen and shit, and it was fucking me up. Like I was so amazed. And like fucking it was like the craziest fucking shit. And then like there's this part in the movie where it shows like the dinosaurs going extinct. Like it shows like the meteor coming and like hitting Earth, and like dinosaurs are like running from like lava and shit.
Yeah.
And like Ricky, fuck. All right, well Ricky, fucking started flipping out. Fucking, he started flipping out. Like he was like, shut it off. And I was like, what? Why? And like the lava was like coming out of the fucking volcano. And he was like, that's happening inside my head right now, man. I was like, what? Like he was like, yeah, that's my brain.
Oh my god.
And like I started laughing so hard, but like we turned it off. This dude was flipping out, and then like we turned on the lights.
Yeah.
And like the next like white fellow, I'm gonna try not to reveal his name. He gets up, and they had this like banister in their kitchen.
Hey, easy with that Longfellow stuff. They had these banisters in their kitchen, like on the kitchen wall and shit. And like so, and homeboy got up and like he like pushed his face up against the shit, like between the bars. Yeah.
And I swear, like his head like snaked out and like came at me like it was like the Missy Elliott video. Like fucking, it was so like that shit was so nuts. And then like next thing I know, like I'm just sitting there, and then Ricky, he's like, dude, look at your hand. And I was like, what? And then like I look at my hand, and it's just like getting like it's like blowing up and then getting small and then blowing up and getting small. And fucking like it was just crazy because we were seeing the exact same thing. Like we were like that's what's crazy about shrooms. Like fucking like
you're connected at some level.
Yeah, like you all are seeing you all are seeing the same shit, like which is nuts. Fucking but yeah, so we Ricky goes, he's like I'm freaking out. He's like, I gotta get out of here. We gotta go outside. And like I was like, all right. So we go outside and like it's snowing out.
Oh, hell
and then like that makes him like fucking like want to go back inside.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And like so we end up going to like one of his neighbors' house, and they were over there smoking weed and watching Space Chimps.
Oh,
and like so imagine like we leave there, we get in there, and then we're tripping balls, and Space Chimps is fucking playing.
Yeah.
Like so that like it was an all night thing.
The blue monkeys?
I don't think they're blue. It's the one where the monkeys are astronauts.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking, but yeah, anyway, so that was pretty much the end of the night, but it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was,
well, I think the part that I always remember you telling me from that story is like Ricky finally is like, all right, I think I'm gonna get sick. And like he's puking. And then like I think maybe like just the thought or the sound of him, it like got to you. And you're like, fuck, now I gotta get sick. And then like both of you are like throwing up at the same time, but then you guys like start like cracking up and dying laughing.
Oh yeah.
And then Ricky, I think, motherfucker ended up feeling better after that, but
fucking
that part always cracked.
I didn't even remember that part of the story. Fucking, I guess I must have suppressed that part. Yeah, I did do. No, I'm not gonna tell that fucking.
Yeah, you only remember the highlights of your story. Yeah, you're like, oh shit.
Oh, for shrooms at least.
Yeah.
But yeah. Suffice it to say, we've done our fair share of hallucinogens on this podcast. Like the three of us, at least.
We did them, so you don't have to.
Yeah. Live vicariously through us.
Yes.
Fucking But like shit, man, I'd rather do all of that shit than drink.
No, I still advocate this all the time. Like I don't recommend a lot of drugs, but like I'm like hallucinogens, like as long as you're called to do them. Like they'll change your shit.
No, I'm just saying like I like anything is preferable to drinking for me. Like I'm
Well, hallucinogens
like,
is
I mean, I drink, but I'm just like, ugh.
Well, I
allow
don't think
me-
I can recommend anything to anyone but hallucinogens. Like I'll
allow
never
me
be
on
like,
the whole
oh,
mixed day.
you know that shit, like you know that drug, you should do that. You should do that. Like I'll never say that, but with hallucinogens, I'll be like, yeah, if you're being called
Yeah,
to
give
do
it
them,
a
fucking
try.
do them.
Well,
Them shits are decriminalized now. Fucking
Yeah, and
shrooms at least.
there's actually benefits. Like there's actually like fucking benefits to just realizing certain shit. You see things differently.
Dude, I seen
It
fucking
opens your mind to certain things.
well,
I
like
got this dude on my
hallucinogens-
Facebook. He be posting pictures of shrooms on his story all the time. Like motherfuckers are like bigger, like as big as his arm and shit.
What?
Fuck yeah, it's crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how do you like consume that? Like you fucking can't do all
Break it
that.
up.
Fucking that shit's crazy. That shit lasts you like a year for sure.
Yeah.
And you can share it with other motherfuckers. What
But
were
yeah,
you saying?
I mean, like honestly, hallucinogens is actually like kind of a broad term. Like there's even like pharmaceuticals that are like have
Technically.
hallucinogenic properties,
Yeah, I mean,
or even like salvia and like spicing
Oh,
type of
dude.
shit. Like,
Fucking-
don't do any of that stuff, viewers.
yeah.
We're talking
Yeah.
about natural
Stick
Yeah,
to the
that's
psychedelics.
The new wave is Kratom. You ever heard of Kratom?
Kratom.
Oh God, yeah, don't do that.
I've never done it. I just hear. I don't even know what it looks like, but I hear that shit all the time.
It trips you out.
It's like
It's
it's
the-
like salvia and fucking all that shit. I think,
Yeah,
No,
spice,
well-
salvia. Don't fuck with that. If you're watching
Yeah.
this, don't fuck with
but
this.
like that allegedly. Like I know nothing about it. That's just my assumption. Like I think it's like salvia because I do hear about people like smoking that instead of weed. Like it's a weed replacement or something.
Well, so here's the thing,
Like
because when I
fucking-
worked at Freaky,
It's not good for you.
Yeah. Well, so here's
It
the
don't
thing.
even
About,
sound good.
Fuck
Kratom?
you up.
here's the thing about
Weed's
Kratom.
actually good for you. It has benefits.
Yeah. So here's a little backstory on Kratom. It's drug 101 time. But
Fun fact.
Frank's drug facts.
so I used to work at this smoke shop here in Denver, and we sold Kratom like crazy. Now Kratom is like a herb, but it comes in a lots of different forms, and it's technically like a muscle relaxer, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
But people, it's generally marketed towards people that are like recovering like addicts and shit, like getting off of heroin and shit like that.
Mhm.
But of course, you know, when you go from one addiction and vice, you just go
another.
to another
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So then these
Replacing.
motherfuckers get all hooked and hopped up on the fucking Kratom. And you have people coming in every day like clockwork for that shit.
Dude.
And like
that's crazy.
fiending for it. And I'm just like, oh my God, the Kratom motherfucker here again.
What? hey, it goes. There comes Kratom. What up, Kratos?
I am the god of war.
Oh fuck. I mean, like you can say that about cigarettes too, though. Fucking,
Dude.
like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
an everyday addiction. Like keep that.
Yeah.
Talk about clockwork, dog. Like that'll keep you going.
Yeah.
That'll like
Well-
fuck. The dude at my 7-Eleven is like my fucking best friend.
Well, personally, I think cigarettes are the hardest thing I've ever had to quit.
True that, dude. Like,
Like,
I've cut back severely,
it's-
but like it's still like,
It's no joke, dude. Everything's
Uh,
cake to that shit.
dude, the fucking quitting is the motherfucker, dude. But you know, take it one day. At
It'll
a time.
happen one day. Yeah, it'll happen
Take it
one
one
day.
day at a time, my baby. Yeah, Kratom. I'm not about it.
Don't
Yeah.
do it.
And it comes in it comes in
Yeah, so what do you smoke it?
Yeah.
well, so there's
Put it in your
capsules.
pipe and smoke it?
Well, there's like I said, there's different forms it comes in. There's like capsules that you can take and just,
Pop them
or there's like there's like powder,
that you
and
smoke.
you can like do whatever you want with
Fucking
that.
snort that shit. What the fuck? The hell are these?
Oh, shit.
Yo, all right. Actually,
I'm not an expert on it. I don't know what the people do with it. But and then the other form is like it comes in like tinctures. So people will like add it to like their
fucking
Tea.
dropping it in their eyes.
No. But yeah, Like, and I think you can do that with the powder shit too. Like, you just mix it in like your drinks and shit. But
that sounds boring as fuck.
fucking allow me.
It's like,
Well, there's
like
speaking of
like
shit like that.
make it some tang.
Yeah.
I actually heard this new way to do like shrooms where you'll boil them in lemon juice.
Make tea.
No, and
Put
then you
them in
just
a
drink the
napkin.
lemon juice. It's like a shot. So like you'll boil however much you want to trip in some like lemon juice. And then you'll boil it for like 20 minutes. And then all the shit gets soaked up into lemon juice and you can just drink the juice. Like not even and I guess it works pretty good. I've never tried it, but I want to try it. Like that sounds pretty dope. But I don't know the dosages on that exactly the same shit. It's like,
well,
am I gonna be really fucked up if I do that?
Well, fucking microdosing is the wave now, dude. Like fucking.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
I never
that's what I
have.
could recommend.
Yeah, I never have, but like we have a couple of homies that like used to fucking microdose like every day, and like they was loving it for a time. Like they just make tea with it like fucking every day.
On shrooms.
Yeah, fucking.
Honestly, like nowadays,
they're a married couple. They recently moved. I'm not gonna say their names.
Well, there was a phase where I was microdosing on LSD, and that actually is fucking amazing. Like you don't get any of the crazy shit.
LSDs.
Like if you take a full dose, we all know like full dose of LSD's a trip, but a microdose. So like say like you get they come in like little squares. So if you just cut a corner or like cut those into fours, those are microdoses. But I used to have like so much attentiveness and like, dude, I would be dialed in. Like I'm talking about like just winning, like, I don't know, like that energy you get when you're like, I'm on top of the world, bro. Like I'm conquering shit. It's it's that with none of the other things, none of like the visuals, but you do get a little floatiness. Like you'll feel like floatiness, like you're fucking hovering. It's pretty crazy, but I love that shit.
I can
I guess everyone at like Silicon Valley, is that what it's called? Everyone, that's like the rage in there.
I don't know what that is.
The show?
No, like the actual place. That's an actual place that people like code shit and make Facebook and all this.
How do we get there?
That's what everyone does there. It makes them fucking acid. It makes them more productive. It makes them like fucking limitless. Like
I was just about to say it's like
dialed
limitless. Fucking, but allow me.
Honestly, nowadays, if I have the option, it's kind of crazy because the last time that I've done any of that stuff is maybe last spring, and I was with a coworker, and we had made plans to like hang out. It was either after work or that weekend or something like that. I don't remember. And he had some microdose, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll fuck with that and try it out, see what's good with that. And since it had been a while, I didn't want to take too much, so I was like, I'll just take like 2 at first and just see how I'm feeling. If I want to take another one, I will. But we take 2 at his house.
I'm not gonna take 2.
This was psilocybin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we walk through his neighborhood, and we went to this park, and we were playing some frisbee golf.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And it was pretty cool because like we got there, and like at first, it took a while for it to kick in, and also I wasn't like, consciously thinking of it. I was just like enjoying my day, being in the moment and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we make our way through almost the whole course and get towards the end of it. And then I kind of started getting the slow skis.
Dude, the slow skis are real. Slow skis are real, bro.
I was like, oh shit, I remember this. And I was like,
slow skis.
It was like Harold and Kumar when he has the ping pong ball. He's like, hello, friend.
Dude, well, that reminds me of our experience, bro. Like slow skis bad, bro. I was all looking back. I was like, you're going in slow motion, bro.
I was like,
you're like, it's so beautiful. Dude, yeah, slow skis are real.
But anyway, so we like almost finished the course, And then what was interesting about it, like, because it had been so long, and at this point I wasn't even really a big weed smoker anymore. So thankfully it was like more of a more on the mild side of a trip.
Well, because it's a micro. So
Yeah.
it's just like the.
But at the same time, it was still potent enough where like it really like kicked in. But honestly, it just felt like being really, really, really fucking like stoned. You know,
Oh shit!
like a really powerful weed. And I was just like, God damn. But everything was like still really vivid and bright. Like you could tell like, you know, the difference between weed and shrooms. But as far as like the body high, it felt like just being super, super stoned. But I still had like giggles and like all that like shroomy shit. I was just like, God damn.
I fucking have that.
We was toe up.
I have like with shrooms, fucking like when I take them, like the way I feel, like the way my body and like kind of like at the beginning, like fucking my head, like it feels for me, it feels like I'm fucking drunk as hell. Fucking like my fucking like it feels exactly like I've just been drinking like all night or something. Like like that's, I always thought that was kind of crazy. I don't know if that's how everybody feels, but like
well, I think it's crazy like when you're on shrooms, like have you ever been like on a couch? Like sometimes I'll look like sit on a couch or lay down on a couch and look at like the popcorn ceiling. And it's like wavy, but then you like sink into the fucking couch. You're like,
yeah, dude, that shit. Fucking,
you're like, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that night that we all
Doug's Mansion.
No, well, that I was gonna talk about
the wind tunnel.
I was gonna talk about that one. Like,
so many
I've got three stories that I want to tell.
So much.
Again, like before we're done, and like
this episode's called the Shroom Diary.
Yeah,
yes,
just like
that is it. Shroom Diaries. I love that.
Or the Shroom Diaries,
Volume 1.
But it's more than shrooms though. Fuck it, so like.
But that's what we'll call it.
Hallucinogens and the homies.
Tripping with the homies.
There you go.
Fucking
yeah.
All right.
Tripping at old school. Some shit.
Yeah, we can do that. I like that.
Put Jake Kennedy on there. When he's getting dragged by the lawnmower. All right. Anyway.
That's funny.
Give me
a beat.
I have beat.
I'm the DJ.
I got shrooms.
What was I all right, the first one, it was the night that we were all gonna, or like we all took acid and we were gonna walk around Sloan's Lake.
Yeah.
And it was me, you two, and the other homie.
Yep, we know.
I'm not gonna say his name
because we all know.
I'll try not to throughout this story. So we all took it, and
let's
then,
call him Brody.
Come on.
Brody.
Oh, we'll call him Joey. All
right, Jody.
Joey. You
fucking Pen.
Fucking Jody.
I think I can help with the pan situation.
It's two ends.
Oh shit.
Be silent at the end.
What is that, like 5 O's or 2 U's?
Fucking 1 U actually. Yeah, bullshit. Anyways,
oh god.
If you name that movie in the comments,
no. Well, our references are out of control.
Yeah, everybody knows that. So yeah. So we take it, and like it's like we start walking around the lake, and I'm feeling nothing. Like we get like a quarter way around the lake, nothing. We get halfway, nothing. And then me and fucking Joey were like, all right, if we get all the way around the lake and we're still feeling nothing, like we're just gonna allow it and call it. We're gonna go on. I was like, all right. So we get all the way around the lake, still nothing. So I was just like, you know.
It was like, mind you, it was like already an hour and a half in.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half in. Still had not felt anything.
So we're all bummed.
So yeah, so I was like, you know, fuck it. Like I'm tired as fuck anyway. I'm just gonna go home, go to sleep. Joey took off on his fucking motorcycle, went home. I was just right up the street, so I fucking boom kicked it home, and then fucking I get home, and like I go to lay down, and fucking can't fall asleep. So I'm watching a movie or something, and like all of a sudden I'm just like, fuck, like I was like I feel something, like something's going on, and like I just like laid back on my bed. I looked up at like the popcorn ceiling.
Yeah.
Like fucking, it was just like fucking crawling. Like, but not in like not like
but like ooh.
It was just like they didn't know I was there. Like they were just like they're just like building their colony. Like
bro, I gotta add to this after.
Like fucking like it was like, you know how like you get the ants in the glass thing?
Yeah.
Like it was like that almost. And
that's awesome.
like I just remember just watching that for like hours and then just falling asleep eventually. Like that's because I remember I had a feeling like I was like, what do I do? Like, should I just stay by myself or should I try to find others? Because like I was like I could call them, see if they're, but then I was like, man, they probably went home too. And fucking so I was just like, fuck it.
Oh, we went home all right.
Yeah, we phoned home.
We went to the source home.
Bro, that's what's crazy, because like you guys left and we're like, me and Frank were like, we're not giving up. We're not giving up. So like we went to like our spot.
Well, you know what's funny?
Where we been to on shrooms.
Like, well, what's crazy is like once we got back to like where we started walking, I kind of had the shroom feeling. Like I kind of had the same feeling of like, damn, I feel kind of groovy. But I wasn't sure. I was like,
I feel like dancing.
I was like, yo, Mike, I was like, you feeling anything? And he's like, kind of a little bit. And then that's like when you and Jody were like, all right, yeah, you know, we're gonna call
it's
it.
It's not his name, motherfucker.
But yeah, then like that shit just 0 to 100 real quick.
It was like clockwork. Like as soon as you guys left, we're like, yo, let's go chill at this dock. It's a classic spot when we're tripping on shrooms to go look at the stars. So I'm like, I'm gonna just go look at the stars for a little bit.
Yeah.
Bro, like 10 minutes in, I was gone. Like, and it was just this whole thing, and I'm not gonna get into it because I could write a whole book around this whole fucking night, but
yeah,
just know that changed my whole life that night.
Well, that's what happened.
Crazy.
We went back to my car because I had more.
So nuts.
And we were both like, well, fuck it, let's take.
Didn't you have 2 more hits or something?
Yeah, I was like, let's take 1 more each.
Yeah.
And then we sat in my car for a while, and like that's literally like we died that day.
Yeah, we got rebirth. It was like a cocoon. It was like the chrysalis to our rebirth. Like straight up, bro.
Oh shit.
But like what you were talking about with like the little crawlies on the window, I was tripping in the car in the passenger seat, and I would see like little microscopic insects, bro, on the glass. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, these are real? Like, dude, it was the craziest shit, because it's like shit I never noticed before was all in my face now. And I'm like, this is real. And like I was seeing a little microscopic critter eat another microscopic critter, and I'm like, this shit's wild.
He's looking at like amoebas and bacteria and like,
dude, with my
cells and
eyeballs.
organisms.
He's like those are like the neutrons and electrons smashing together and shit.
It was some crazy shit.
Right.
I was just like, what in the fuck? I'm like, and I was even telling Frank about it. I'm like, dude, I'm seeing little microscopic insects eat each other on your glass.
Well, you know what's funny is like
Frank's like, gross. Wipe them off.
Dude, it was like a spaceship. It felt like we were in a spaceship, bro, traveling. It was
well, what's funny is like when we got back to my car, I had like put some music on. I put like Pink Floyd and like the Beatles and shit on.
A little on the nose.
We're both sitting in the front seat, but like we're both like starting to like get like slumped. So I'm laying in the driver's seat like this, looking out my window. Mike is in the passenger seat looking out the other window. And then out of nowhere, it felt like the car had like Back to the Future, like just levitated, like we're getting beamed up.
Oh shit.
It was crazy, bro.
And then I'm looking out the window and I'm seeing like the stars and the sky and the clouds doing all kinds of crazy shit and the rain on the windows, and I was just like,
Well, dude, and we looked at each other. We're like, "What in the fuck's happening?"
Well, like, what's funny is if we could both hear each other, like, just being kind of like, what the fuck? Oh shit!
Like in our own worlds.
Both of us just hearing that, we both just started dying because, like, it's kind of like when you're in the teacups. Like the gravity was so powerful, we couldn't even like, bro, are you seeing this? Like, it was literally just like, bro.
We're like, I remember one time we were
Holy
looking at each
fuck.
other. We're like, when does it end? And it just kept going, bro. Like, and we took those at like night, like at midnight.
Yeah.
And dude, I was tripping the whole next day. Like I tripped like 18 hours. It was crazy as shit ever.
I'm still tripping.
Yeah, like it changed my life, dude. I'm like different. Like who I was died that night. Fucking, I'm in an alternate reality now, and that's
That
where
was
I'm
your
living.
Mandela effect moment.
Yeah, like it's.
That was where you split off from your other time.
I can't even begin to explain the transformation that we went through, but that was the craziest experience of my whole life. Still,
Fucking
Yeah.
the most positive,
Yeah.
life-changing experience of my whole life.
But one of my favorites was when we were all three present for Thug's Mansion.
yeah, that was gonna
Doug's
be where I was
Mansion.
going next.
Dude, that
Fucking-
was crazy.
Oh, shout out to Freddy's. Fucking
Hmm?
that's my jam. You got some of that jalapeno fry sauce? Hell yeah. Fucking but yeah, I'll say that time that we tripped and like walked around that same lake. This story is
That's the
prior to that
Acid.
story because
Yeah.
that's why we wanted to go there because we
Yeah.
had such a good time the last time.
Yeah.
And so I remember I don't remember how it came up like to do
I
shrooms.
had brought
think this might I know you had brought him, but like I don't remember if you just showed up with him or it had been a thing like, hey, this weekend we're gonna trip shrooms.
I think it was like the day of. I was like, yo, what y'all doing tonight? I got some shit.
So we all met up and
and
we
we
didn't
walked,
fucking
we walked down from your house.
we weren't fucking around this time. Like we didn't mix them, we didn't put them in nothing.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
didn't prepare at all.
yeah.
We just fucking like you just like I remember you were like they're kind of old, so I don't know how good they'll do us and everything. Like
Yeah.
so fucking and like you just like put an equal amount out there for all of us, and we were just like boom down the hatch.
Yeah.
And fucking I remember they were all like they were dry and shit. Like there's like all like
There was a lot
nasty
of
going
powder.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nasty going down.
Yeah.
But we're like, all right, fucking engine started. Let's
Yeah.
go. Fucking,
But
like,
I've never minded the taste of shrooms ever. Like I'm
fucking,
always like,
I
taste.
just hate. I
I
just
didn't
hate
mind
that,
it. It was just
stuck in
like
your
you could,
teeth.
yeah. It was just you could
It
tell.
gets stuck in your teeth and shit.
Yeah, you could tell these
It's
were
like
not
popcorn.
top, like
I
you could
hate
tell these were
popcorn.
not
trippy
the
popcorn,
freshest of shrooms.
Trip corn.
trip corn.
Fucking
It's my favorite
anyways.
band.
Yeah, that's our band name.
yeah, that's the name of this episode.
Trip corn.
Corn.
Yeah, fucking
Popcorn ceiling, popcorn shrooms.
Yep. Fucking so anyways, we then proceed to walk to the fucking lake.
Park. Yeah.
And I don't remember the first thing that happened. Like fucking
Well, I remember. I just remember this. We stopped.
I do remember one of the first things. I remember we saw the dude ride around on his bike. Like
Yeah.
he passed us like right when we got to the park.
Yeah.
And remember this character because he's a recurring theme in this
Yeah.
story.
And also know it's night, just to set the
Yeah,
tone. It's night.
And
Stars
like
are out.
it's late night. Like it's like towards
while
midnight,
everyone
I'm
goes
gonna
to
say.
sleep.
Yeah, it's towards midnight. So that's like this guy's out riding his bike at
At
a
midnight.
crazy time.
I just remember before we went to the park, we stopped at that 7-Eleven that's across the street.
Mm.
Because I was like, yo, I heard like OJ kind of, like
Sunny D.
helped it out a little bit. Yeah, so I grabbed some Sunny D and a water because I was like, my water is gonna be my best friend tonight. So I wanted to get some water. And I remember we walked across the street, and I don't know if I think it was Brandon. He had some Mary Jane. I was like, perfect. That was my other best friend. And that kind of helped ease me into it because, like I said, I I think the last time that I had done them was the night with the fucking I Am Legends.
Sure.
So I was like, please God, not again. And I just remember there's like a little bridge part at like the beginning of like where we started walking around, and we all kind of sat there for a minute, and then we were all like smoking a bowl and passing in shit. And then we're like, all right, let's walk around this bitch. Like that was the first thing I remember before everything.
After that, I do remember something. There was that motherfucking, it was floating in the lake. Like it wasn't a duck. It was like looked like a fucking crocodile. It looked
You
like
could
a
see
crocodile. Yeah, it was like long and it was like swimming on
like
the
a snake
surface.
or something.
No,
it was like
but it was like
thing,
thick. It was
big.
looked like a crocodile, like on the surface, just fucking.
It was like the thing that Jim
Larkin.
Carrey finds the mask on.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah,
it was like
but that shit freaking freaked me out. I was like, like, it's Loch Ness in there.
And then I just remember like when we started walking like the path and like all the little lights that they have in the park, and that's when like all the trees started to get trippy, and it was like some Alice in Wonderland shit.
Yeah, fucking.
And just the way the light would hit the trees and the sidewalk, and I was like, starting to feel it. I was like, whoa, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, fucking like that. I don't like. I'm sure by this time the bike guy has passed us up again, and like we were like, is that the same fucking guy? Like fucking. So
we're like, no way.
Yeah, like I was like, that can't be. Like he
There's
just passed us. Like,
multiple bike people.
Yeah, there's yeah. And then like we keep walking. And I don't really remember too much up until we get to like the gazebo. That's like towards like because like 3/4 of the trip was pretty uneventful. Like everything really went down in that last leg of the trip around.
Well, you know what's funny is like
what you're talking about with the lights. Like I thought those were eventful. Like because it would be dark,
tripping me out.
It would be dark, and then we would see these beacons of light in the path ahead of us, and we would go to these beacons of light, which are just street lights, and we're like, this is the spot. This is the spot.
Yeah, but like the scenery was definitely crazy. But,
well, it was
I'm saying like all the bullet points, like the duck, Thug's Mansion, the wind tunnel, like all happened on that
at the same
fourth
time.
leg.
Well,
that happened on that fourth leg of the trip.
Well, what's funny, no, you're right. But what's funny is like halfway through, like the halfway mark, you guys remember they have like those weird like totem pole. I don't know if they're still there, but they have like those weird architecture like totem pole looking shits, like just randomly around the lake. And I remember like every so often, like the further we would get around the lake, I would like walk off the sidewalk like to the water. And then I remember one time Mike came with me, and like we were up next to the water, and we're like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool, or whatever. And then Mike looks over and he's just like, there's a dude sleeping right there.
Yeah,
like,
it was fucking crazy.
Shit.
there was a like I was like, is that a dead dude? Like, what's going on here? It was like in the bushes, like someone just like murdered him real quick and then just did
Mike's yo,
did
I think someone's sleeping right here, and I was just
an
like,
Agent 47 move and dragged him in the bushes real quick.
Where was I? I don't remember that.
I think you might have just like kept walking.
Dude, it was crazy.
But that's when I noticed like, oh shit, okay, everything is like really kicking in. And then I remember we had like a Goldilocks thing. Like we would sit down on one bench.
Yeah.
We're like,
nah,
not this one.
Yeah, it's not quite right.
Next one.
It's too hot. This one's too hot.
This one's too high. I don't like it.
Yeah, fucking. It's
and
awkward.
then we finally found the wind tunnel.
At me.
The wind tunnel, bro.
Yeah. No. I think you're skipping a step.
All right.
Thug's Mansion was first.
No,
that wind tunnel was first.
The duck was first.
Okay. No, that was the actual living duck.
Yeah, the living duck was first.
I don't remember.
Because like fucking, I remember like
I thought he was at the gazebo.
Yeah, that's where we're at now. Like
no, we had the wind tunnel before that.
Yeah, I think the wind tunnel was first.
Was it?
Wind tunnel and Thug's Mansion was before that.
No, because I remember leaving the duck, continuing our journey, and then the wind tunnel happening.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure the order of operations the PEMDAS of this bitch, I'm pretty sure is Duck, Wind Tunnel, Thug's Mansion.
But I know the gazebo was definitely after the wind tunnel, so that's
Well,
like
if I'm thinking of the structure of the lake,
Yeah.
we sat in like the
Like
the bench
this
was
is
in the corner,
this is what I'm saying. Like we
and
started
then we go to
here.
the gazebo.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm agree with Frank.
We start right here. This is where we're at, and then we walked all this, boom, to this like leg of the trip, and then all that shit happened in this final push right here. Like
Yeah, so like where your thumb would be like the wind tunnel,
And then the gazebo.
and then like all the flat shit is like the slow skis.
Because we can go
the
back there. We can
gazebo.
go back there today, and I'll show you the exact same bench.
Yeah.
We had it, and it's before the gazebo.
Okay, you might be right. You might be right. I might be
But you know what's
misremembering.
funny?
But somebody tell the wind tunnel story first. Then
Mike, go ahead.
All right, so fucking, we're on our walk, right? And we're testing the benches as we were just talking about. We're like, nah, this isn't it, because
Yeah.
we just want to chill somewhere.
Yeah,
and
we
vibe
want to
out.
yes,
We just want
like,
to vibe out somewhere.
kick
So
it
we're
for a
like,
minute.
we don't want to walk around the whole lake, run marathons and shit. So we're like, just trying to find a spot, and then we get to this bench, bro.
And
we're
the
like,
guy on the bike has passed a couple more times
Yeah.
at this point. Like,
well,
we're
this
like,
is
all right,
like
that guy's. It's definitely the same guy. Like, this
after the
guy's
wind. The
booking
crazy
it.
thing now we're talking about it. After the wind tunnel, he was gone. So it's like, what happened? Like we got fucking.
He was fucking Zeus.
Well,
We got Oz'd out of there.
Well, what's funny is when we first sat down on the bench, that's when we were like looking off into the distance before the wind tunnel activated.
Yeah.
And we were like, yo, what the fuck is that like in the distance? And like we were looking at like, we didn't know if it was like something like helicopter lights or like reflection of something, like some kind of optical illusion.
Yeah.
It was like some weird Coruscant spire looking shit. That was like
Jedi Temple
Yeah.
looking ass.
And we're like, what the fuck is that?
But like, yeah, but like we're not like, cause like we just had now noticed it. Like fucking like we weren't fully invested in it yet. Like we're like, whatever, that's probably just a tracer, that'll go away. Like fucking, and then wind tunnel.
Yeah, and then out of nowhere, if you guys have ever been to the amusement park ride and sat on the teacups,
It's like
where
that.
where you just get trapped in that like cyclone where like it's just so powerful that you can't even like lift your head up, and it's just like
Yeah.
But
Well-
mind you, this is actual wind
Yeah.
coming to like
Yeah, like not like
around
we're
us
not
in this
imagining
fucking
this
shit.
wind.
it's
This wind is
real.
really blowing. This
but
shit
like
is
you could
pumping.
put your arm out and no wind would hit your arm. But if you like just sat there, it was literally just all in our damn face.
That bench was like
Yes.
a portal. Imagine it
Yeah.
like this. That bench was
Yeah.
a portal. Fucking wind swirled around. Some magical shit happened.
Yeah.
We're like,
what the
oh,
fuck's
we-
happening?
and we got
oh,
up.
shit.
We got up off of the bench
and it
and
ended.
fucking and it stopped.
Yeah.
And then we sat back down on the bench
Yeah.
and it kicked up again. Like we were like, what the fuck? And I'm pretty sure we did it multiple times. Like we got up, sat
Yeah.
back down.
Yeah, it was like a
every
ride.
time.
Like we're
There's
like,
definitely
"Woo!"
more than once.
Every
Yeah.
time it fucking like would stop when we stood up and just like immediately gusts of wind like as soon as we sat back down.
Yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
ride.
Ridiculous.
It's like, yeah, the teacups.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
But we call it the
And-
we fucked.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So after that,
Christ.
I'm pretty sure it's duck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, it's duck.
Yep.
Fucking go ahead, Frank.
It was
There's
right
like
after.
so at this park, there's like there's a bunch of like spaced out like little pier dock shits with like
'cause
railings. and
There's
stuff.
even a
people-
boat. There's even like a little small boat. What's the
Yeah.
point of that fucking thing?
And I don't know, Brandon, you might remember this part a little more well than I do, but I remember like we kind of stopped at one of them at one point.
Well, on the
Yeah.
like on one of the corners, there's like the longer pier.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And like fucking that's like the first one that you come up that's like really on the water.
Mm.
And like, but it's like cement and shit. It's structure. It's built into
Yeah.
the ground and shit. So fucking and once you get to the end of it, it's like this little gazebo area where like you're like right on the water, and like there's like the little shelter area.
Yeah.
But we stopped there, like we're like, all right, this is a good place to chill for a minute. Like we just fucking went through an epic adventure of wind,
Yeah.
and
We just went through a vortex.
We fucking braved the Zenobia wind tunnel, fucking, and
Oh shit.
got through that. So we're like, we'll take a rest here.
Yeah.
Fucking, we're weary from our travels.
Camp here for the night.
We're weary from our travels.
Oh,
fucking so we sit there, and then it's just like nobody's saying nothing, like it's just calm. And like I'm pretty sure like I stood up to smoke a cigarette, and like I was like leaning over the rail, and then you guys came and leaned over the rail too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And
like yeah, we were all
then-
sitting on the bench, and Brandon like stood up and walked over, and like literally like in synchronicity, me and Mike were both just like and like went over to where Brandon was.
So we're all leaning up against the rail, and then like out of nowhere we just see this little figure just like coming towards us, like on the water,
drifting towards
and like there's lights where we're at, and like this just like the littlest duckling just fucking paddles up and fucking like just right to us,
like directly to us, like people.
Like he was like, what up, y'all? Like fucking like, and
he's
just
like, I'm gonna go fuck with these guys.
Animals could tell, man. They could tell when you're tripping.
Yep.
Fucking
like, they're on that stuff.
They own that shit again.
Well, what's crazy is like
but
it was just a
so
lone
he
duck.
comes up, just one duck, and it was
no
it
ducks
was a
are
little
ever
guy.
alone. There's like two of them.
Yeah, fucking. So he came up and just stopped in front of us, like he was. Just
he stayed there for like a good couple minutes.
He was just chilling, treading water, and like we like I don't think we said anything. Like we were just like kind of amazed. Like I was just smoking my cigarette, and I was just like looking at this duck.
I think we acknowledged it, like, yo, look at this, check this duck out. Like, just
I think actually we were making his voice.
Oh yeah, we were.
We're like, what up, guys?
Yeah.
He was like Howard the Duck.
Affleck.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fucking but yeah, so we
and then he
went
on his merry way.
He fucking taught us what he needed to teach us.
Yeah.
And then I remember we all sat back down again, and then this, Brandon, is when you were telling us about that show, the cartoon character that was like,
oh, the Black Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Black Bandicoot, fucking Black Bandicoot.
What show was it?
I don't remember what it was. I just remember seeing it, like I was like flipping through channels and shit.
Yeah.
And like it was like spoofing, like the animals were all like spoofs of like superheroes. And like the Batman one was the Black Bandicoot. And like he was like narrating himself.
No, I think he was like called something else.
He was called something else, and then I was like, I would be. I said if I was that, I would be called Black Bandicoot.
Isn't that what he fucking was called?
He was called something else.
He was called something else. Random.
My name was better. I made a better name.
You're telling us the hawk thing.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not afraid of anything. But no, he's like, I'm not afraid of anything. Not even hawks. I'm a little afraid of hawks.
Yeah,
like, as he's running on rooftops and shit.
And then out of nowhere, I think, like Mike was just like, if I was a superhero or he's just like, I'd go by the Black Bandicoot. And then we all just died. Me and Brandon, like, we're just dying.
Yeah, that is what happened.
What was that the same trip?
See, that's how fucking crazy it is. Like I thought that was the character's actual name. Like at this point,
no, it's just what we refer to it as.
Damn,
that's crazy.
What were you saying, Mike?
Yeah, well, is that the same trip? I remember like we were chilling on the docks one time, just laying down. This might be the same trip.
That's the same shit. Go, you're skipping.
Get out here, monkey.
You're skipping part. Actually, that's next. Actually.
Well, so yeah, we leave. We're like, all right, it's been too crazy. Let's leave the gazebo. We walk away.
We go further down, and like there's
that's
actual.
When the slow skis kicked in.
Was that the slow skis?
Like you guys, like we all kind of started walking at different paces, and I just felt like super heavy, and that's when I was like, hey guys, well, like you guys feel like your spine is like really heavy? Like I'm walking like this. And then like I started seeing it like happen, like as soon as I said it, it was like both you guys were like either like walking
We're
through
like,
like water or quicksand, like a gravitational pull just started happening on all of us.
yeah,
And I was
fucking.
like, I got the slow skis.
And like it was crazy because it didn't feel like these were like changing like feelings within me. It felt like it was part of the terrain.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I had to like get like through the slow skis part of the park. Like fucking like
Quicksand.
like,
Yeah.
fuck. Like fucking stretch before we go through this part. Fucking that's what it felt like to me. Like it was crazy. Fucking so after that, it like a little further down, there's like little floating docks that are like just like a square, I'd say like 10 by 10, fucking like they're out on the water, and like you can like get to them, like you could jump onto them. We all jump onto one, and I remember like we're all like sitting there, we're looking at the fucking clouds and like the stars and shit, and I remember like thinking like the clouds were moving super fast, and like I was like, damn, I was like, imagine all the things these clouds have seen.
Yeah.
I was like, these clouds have seen fucking murders, fucking genocides, fucking civilizations being born.
Oh yeah, that
And
was
like-
the whole
and like
conversation.
I think you, Frank, I think you were like, I don't think that's how clouds work.
Well, you know what's
And
funny?
you're like, I think there's new clouds being created all the time. Like I don't think these are the same clouds like from the
Since the beginning
dinosaur
of time.
era. And
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, that sounds right.
Damn,
I was like,
I completely forgot about that whole conversation.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
the cloud thing. I was like, oh yeah, we had that whole conversation of, damn, do you think like clouds like ever like truly go away? Like, do they just kind
Yeah.
of reform? Like,
Yeah.
we had this whole like,
Are they one?
yeah, like, oh my god, thing
Yeah.
on clouds. It was great.
Yeah, that was
Fucking
hilarious.
But then we all decided to like lay down on the thing, right?
On the dock. Yeah.
And then that's when we like were in complete paralysis, just looking up at the stars.
Which is trippy as fuck.
And
I
we were
love
all
it.
like, then I think we all started cracking up and dying because I don't remember. It was one of you two that said the rundown thing.
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, that was
Where-
Mike.
I don't know what was like. There was something like by me or like.
Oh, it was
something,
like a bird or some
making
shit.
noise, and I was like, "Get out of here, monkey!" But we're what was so funny about it is because we're all in that state. Like if you've seen the rundown where they're like
Yeah.
paralysis.
Like
It's like
this
that's
is
like
like
what
the
we were
same
going
thing
through.
as the milk thing. Like nobody had been talking about the rundown or anything like that. Fucking, it was just like something we all knew, and it
Yeah.
fucking stinks immediately.
Yeah,
High
so like
five.
we're all in this state, like just like can't move,
Yeah.
and like there's this thing fucking with me in the corner, and I'm like, "Get out of here, monkey!"
That's right. I remember it was
Get
like
outta
a
here,
bird.
monkey.
And it was like flapping by Mike, or it was like just being restless.
He's humping you.
Establish dominance.
Oh,
But yeah,
fuck.
and then that took us. We busted a gut just because we were in that state. Like it was like
Yeah.
relatable. Like we were them.
And
Yeah.
mind you,
Just
while
done.
all of this stuff has been happening, we're still keeping an eye on that thing in the sky, like that
Oh yeah.
that we thought like maybe we saw, maybe we didn't, but
Yeah.
like
We're like,
like,
what
it's
is it?
disappearing. And so we leave
It
those
looked like a
docks-
city in the clouds.
Yeah.
Like,
Cloud
we
really
atlas.
we leave those docks, and like we're walking towards like we keep walking, and then all of a sudden, just like all three of us, we seen it at the same time, like just bright as fuck,
Yeah.
like fucking just like
Yeah.
like it's just like fucking
Lit
just
up.
like Mike said, it looked like a city
Yeah.
in the fucking sky. And like it was like fucking, it was floating over like the trees
The
and like
horizon.
Over
the
anything.
horizon
Yeah.
and like all that shit. So like fucking, and like we were just like, what the fuck
Is
is
that?
that? Like fucking, and we were just mesmerized by it.
To
And we're
this
just
day,
like,
we still don't.
yeah,
There's
we were
no.
just like, and then like I don't remember who said it first, but we just were like, that was Thug's Mansion.
Yeah.
Like,
We're like
that was-
Thug's Mansion.
Like we saw Thug's Mansion.
It's a real place.
Yeah, like fucking, and it's over the fucking north side Denver.
It hovers
Fucking-
there. at the
Yeah.
right
It's-
time
It's
of the year.
fucking yeah.
I would like to back up
gate-
to
The
gate
veil
only-
opens and you
the
can.
veil only slips but once a decade.
it's like Haley's Comet. I would like to back up to one part though. That was like a reoccurring thing. Cause like as well, A, because we were tripping, but also B, I didn't realize how big at times the lake was. I don't know if you guys remember this, but like every time we would kind of come around like a long stretch, like a curve on the lake, I'd be like, wait, what part of the neighborhood is this? Because remember, I would like see all the houses and like the street, and I was trying to figure out like, wait, Brandon, which part is your house in? And then I kept confusing Sloan's Lake with the one that's by Lakeside.
Oh shit.
And I kept asking you guys, I'm like, well, where's the highway at?
Yeah.
And you guys are like, no, that's a different lake.
And like, it's
But I
not
did it like
we
3
won't be around
times.
these ends. Like fucking Frank knows where the fuck we're at. That was just the shrooms.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was
Fucking
funny. Yep.
Yeah.
So those are the tales.
But also, when we were at the gazebo, I don't know if it was before the live actual duck or after, but they had like a statue in the water, like sticking out, and it's like a giant like swan face, and it's like
That
a
was
giant
creepy.
swan- and it was
Yeah.
like this. It was like,
Yeah, it's
Like
creepy.
it was being mushed.
yeah, it looked like the Beetlejuice. face.
Yeah, I was just about to say
Pulls his
Beetlejuice,
face.
the long face.
But like when me and
Triangle
Mike
face.
saw it, we like both
Never
imagined like
triangle
the
face,
duck
scares me.
noise or in our mind, and we just started dying. Like when we saw, we're like, "That's the duck!" It's just going like, "Oh
Uh,
God."
Oh yeah, man, fucking memories. Gotta
Man,
make them
Good ones.
and
Yeah.
take them. Make them,
That's
take them.
they're
Shake 'em,
definitely
bake 'em.
way more fun experiencing. Probably it's talking about them. So go make your own crazy experiences with whatever you feel called to do.
Let us know your crazy adventures in the comments.
Just get out of boxes. Don't be trapped in boxes.
You gotta
Break
think
out of
outs-
them boxes.
gotta think outside the bun.
Yeah, you gotta
need
think
you-
outside the box.
I need you to see my energy coming to you.
coming
Your
through.
energy's seeing me. I don't need to see wood.
That blocks the blockages of truth.
Doors are blockages of truth.
That's false play. I'm playing over here.
I'm playing it.
over
I'm
here.
playing. I'm
You
playing.
can't
I'm
designate
playing.
a place to
You
play.
can't designate play.
Or you can fucking playground and smart ground and fucking idiot ground.
Oh man.
Nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about. That is
Yeah,
such a
for
niche
real.
show, but if you do,
If you
Let
get
us
that
know.
references, you're the real OG
Yeah.
of
You're a goat.
nah.
Thi-
You're
this
goated.
reality.
Yeah.
We're just living in it.
Yeah.
It's your
If
reality.
you-
We're just living
If
in it.
you comment down below what that fucking show is, if we ever start selling merch, you'll
Free.
get some for free. The
Yeah.
first drop,
Yeah.
free merch.
Mhm.
Oh Jesus.
So yeah, fucking
But yeah, just know doors are the blockages of truth.
yeah.
Open those
I do-
motherfuckers.
I
Open
wanted
them.
to
Leave them open.
off. I want to leave off with one more little short one. It's like just a quick bite.
All right, go for it.
There was another time we were tripping shrooms at Brandon's house, up at his Madres, and it was like late as fuck at night, and it was like cold as fuck. It was like at the end of like winter, like in the beginning of the year, like March, I think. And me and you were the only ones home, Brandon. I don't know if you remember this. And it was the night that we like binged the fucking in all of Scrubs down one near Remus in the basement.
I'm fucking blanking this whole night.
So anyway, we take them in the beginning and we go out on the patio in the back, right? And you have
Uh-huh.
that big ass tree there.
Yeah.
And like
Oh,
that's when the shroom started kicking in for
it was
me.
the
like, super hard.
dinosaur.
Yeah, I was like, this
Oh.
shit's like a fucking T-Rex from Jurassic Park, yo. I was like,
Yeah.
gotta get the fuck out of here.
I completely forgot about that. So you
The
just
tree,
said that shit.
it just stopped looking like nature to me. It just started looking like animatronic.
Yeah, dude,
was
it looked like
trying
a
to
fucking
Get me.
yeah. It looked exactly like a
The
It
dinosaur.
looked like to me for some reason it was like a robot T-Rex, like fucking
Yeah.
like like because it was dark and it had just rained or something, so it was all shiny.
Yeah.
And like it looked like it was like all chrome,
like some Transformers shit.
Yeah, it was a fucking T-Rex. Yeah, Mecha Godzilla. That's a good one. But like the tree, like the way the leaves were and shit, they like overhanged over my like the terrace and like underneath. So it looked like the thing was like
perception.
Yeah, it looked like it was like
fucking it looked like it was like biting the terrace. It's so crazy.
I was like, yo, I don't like this.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway,
perception's everything.
We go back inside and like we're chilling downstairs watching TV and shit. Well, it's like super late and I start getting hungry as fuck, right? And Brandon's like, I don't know, there might be some food in my fridge. I don't know, you have to go check. I was like, all right. So I go upstairs and I open the fridge and there was like a little like, because I think you said like, well, we ate like some Italian food earlier or something. There might still be some left if you want to eat that. I was like, all right, I'll go see what's up. So I walk upstairs into the kitchen, I open it, I find like the little styrofoam like to-go thing they give you, right? And I open it and I'm sure it was like some like lasagna type thing or whatever. But like I was just tripping so hard and all the different colors, the textures of the sauce and the like the cheese or like the bread or whatever, like I don't fucking know what lasagna is made out of, but fucking
it's noodles, guy.
Noodles, yeah, the pasta and shit. And all those mixed together, it started looking like skin and blood and like disgustingness to me. And it turned into like a little head.
Oh hell no.
Styrofoam thing. And it's just like this like I was just like, oh fuck no. And I just put it back in the fridge. I was like, oh god,
they're turning on me, man. They're turning on me.
And I just went downstairs and I just didn't acknowledge it at all.
They're like, you got a head in your fridge, you know?
I don't think you've said that before. I don't remember hearing that before.
It's like the scene in Spawn where he's like eating pizza.
Maggots.
He's like, I hate anchovies.
Yeah, it
like
looked like the face. It looked like a little face, like.
Or like Lost. Here's a better reference: Lost Boys, where they're all eating
maggots. Michael, how do they taste?
Oh shit!
Yeah, that shit tripped me the fuck out. I was just like, but yeah, fucking batteries.
Man, and those aren't even those ain't even.
That's not even all of them.
Stories, yeah, man. We got lifetime worth of adventures.
Yeah, fucking. Yeah. We'll pepper these. We'll
pepper these in
every so
yeah. Fucking every once in a while.
Does Devin have any
Nah, Devin's a good kid.
He'll have them one day.
Yeah, we're the fuck ups.
Yeah.
We fuck up so you don't have to.
Yeah, exactly. He learns from our fuck ups. Like shit. Fucking.
No regrets though. They've always been really
regrets.
Good experiences. Really
memorable. No regrets.
RAGRETS.
Not even one letter.
Not even one letter is a regret. Fucking
references, man. We're crazy with those.
Yeah, it's fucking going off.
Shout out. I just want to give.
I don't know about my references.
I want to give a shout out to Mike's Kitchen and Brandon's couch.
I was like, what the fuck, Mike's Kitchen?
My humble abode.
I was like, what story is that?
I got an office water in the back. If you need a drink.
Shout out to
thirsty as fuck.
Steve Carell.
Water. It's your best friend.
Drink it or you might die.
My best
friend. That's our time, y'all. We have been Culturology in the Cut. I am your boy, the Contra Lad.
I have been Frankenstein.
Myztic Mike.
Check the description for all the links. Fucking everything. You know what's down there at this point.
And we out of here.
Deuces.